So, I can't believe it. But he actually found Death Gaze.
It was behind the couch the whole time. I didn't look back there. You didn't have a couch at the time.
I still don't have a couch.
Yeah, I was dead at the moment. Anyways, we're back to here watching you, the audience, play Final Fantasy VI. Jacob and Billy, we're going to be watching and scratch that, reverse it. And I'm fighting this thing that's not a dragon. What the fuck is that thing?
Death Gaze.
Somebody.
Mock's dead. Fortunately, your other 3 characters don't have levels that are multiples of 5.
I'm trying to remember how to play. Remove his dead.
You know, if you bring Mog back up, he's just gonna die.
There's a chance he'll live, you never know. Come back, Mog. Goodbye, Mog.
Told you. Oh, wow, he survived. Get that Tempest in. Like, I wouldn't use Cyan for healing because Tempest is going to do so much damage.
That wasn't the plan, but my square button just kind of kept going. And ran.
There he goes.
Son of a bitch.
Go find him again.
I'm just going to keep going the path I'm on. After I heal. Is there a heal on the ship? There's gotta be a heal somewhere.
What is it? What? Ziggy!
Don't do a thing.
Hi. No, do that thing. Ziggy just dropped 5 subs.
Do that thing. Thank you, Ziggy.
Who got the subs? Doozy, was it Skells, Dolly Cries a Lot, Scott Trilogy, and Kojin. Code just subbed to, or just followed the channel like less than a week ago. Thank you again, Ziggy.
Thank you.
It's very much appreciated.
There's gotta be a heal somewhere.
I don't think there is.
Doesn't make any sense.
You can just land somewhere and use a tent.
Could, but
There might be a heal somewhere here, but if there is, I don't know where. I think you could have healed off the old guy in older versions, but not this version.
he's kind of like.
I'm just gonna move this forward, maybe. Speakers.
Alright, well. Let's
So,
go!
you can continue trying to find Death Gaze.
So should be a slight, very slight angle, yeah.
You'll run into him eventually. You should probably do that. Another thing you're going to want to do today is make a stop by the Coliseum. We're just a few things to get at the Coliseum, which should be some fairly easy fights, because Sabin's really, really dumb.
Yeah.
And after that, it's just Kefka's Tower.
I think I'm ready.
I think you're going straight.
Just on the left side of the dot. Yeah, I'm going straight.
There you go. You can see it crooking a little bit to the side now.
We will find this guy.
Will you, though?
I just flew around for like... What was that?
You covered like 3/4 of the map before finding him.
Well, we just gotta cover 3/4 of the rest of the map.
It's a lot of map to cover.
That's
Might as well just stop at the Coliseum. It's right there.
I'll catch it on the next go around. I missed it, I'm sorry. Where's the Coliseum again?
It's in the crook at the top of the map.
It's in the Dragon's Mouth?
Yes, that's why it's literally called the Dragon something Coliseum.
I guess I gotta find Death Gaze later. I don't know when last time I saved was.
Okay, so you're gonna want to set Sabin actually should be fine. Can you put something to give Sabin Berserk? You have a Berserk ring, right? Take up Hyper Risk, give him Berserk ring.
I thought I had it.
It must be on Umaru.
thought I had a berserk ring. Maybe I don't.
You should. Okay, we're doing this the hard way then. So, you can use quick saves to abuse having to do full reloads. Just quick save right before the guy up top.
Right here.
Right before they got the door. And this way, if you lose, you can just reload the quick save. What you want to bet is an elixir.
I only got 13 of them.
Well, you're about to go down to 9.
Oh boy.
Then just send Sabin in and hope for the best.
Go, Simon, go. And I don't control this at all, huh?
Right. With Berserk Ring, this is actually usually a lot easier. Because he'll just come in here and not do magic, because you have a ton of magic on him, and just keep attacking. Or he'll just Berserk himself. That works too.
That is if he can hit and then we can cause the needle again.
He's only got to hit it like once.
That being a cactuar, that's not that.
You could put Sniper Eye on.
Hit.
So okay, so reload your save. You go configuration and return title screen, and then just reload the quick save. Put Sniper's Eye on him because it makes it so your normal attacks have 100% hit chance.
Right. And he does have haste, right?
Sabin?
Yeah.
As long as you keep the army singles on him. That's Edgar.
What am I doing with it? Alright, what am I putting on you? You want
Sniper. There it is. Yeah, and then send him in like that. And then if you win, make sure you make another quick save.
Yeah. He could have used that last time.
Thanks, Sabin.
One. What did he just do?
Physical attack it. I think you have to have one of the elemental claws on. Either way, it's only got like 3 HP or something. See? Easy win. And they get you a rename card. So do a quick save. You need to do that 3 more times. Technically, you could do it more than 3 times, but we're just gonna go for 4, what we're going for.
Okay.
While that goes, there's another thing or two that I kind of want to get, but I'm gonna see what things are gonna fit for this.
Oh yeah, so that's rarer than that's what I'm betting Sabin can suplex this cactuar.
I think so, actually. That works too if he just does one of those.
Okay, that's 3. Now,
Do it again. One more.
I need 4.
You need 4.
4 is wrong
4
person.
because you have a mean team of 4.
I used the wrong person. I guess Edgar gets a shot.
Good luck, Edgar.
What?
2.
Chainsaw.
Just chainsaw kills it. That works too.
Okay, that works.
Okay. Before you quick save this time,
Okay.
put a flame shield on something.
Flame shield.
Put a ribbon on him in place of the sniper eye.
Ribbon.
Now quick save.
Quick save.
And then bet the rename card.
Pizza.
No.
Where's
It'd be at the bottom of your list, probably. There it is.
What the hell is that thing?
That is a dragon, obviously.
I want to see it get suplexed.
I don't think he can suplex you.
Oh, he can raise a gale. Well, that doesn't work. That worked well.
Yeah, that's what the flame shield's for.
You already have haste.
The ribbons to protect you from being frozen. Because while you don't lose in this for being frozen, it just makes the fight take forever.
Miss! Why fire on the dragon?
Yeah, because that'll freeze you. Oh, I guess ribbon doesn't protect from freezing this.
Oh no.
Now we just have to wait.
Don't worry. No, I'm not going.
The fun thing is, though, because Salmon's the only one here, the dragon doesn't do anything either.
He's just like, oh, look at that guy. And you're just all like...
Unfortunately, it also just means we're stuck waiting for Salmon to thaw out. Which will happen eventually.
There it is.
But it's a foolproof way to win this fight. You literally cannot lose this fight this way.
There's an anti-freeze item.
Maybe?
Maybe. Well, I now know that if I go into a blizzard wearing nothing but a ribbon, I might still freeze. Ow!
You're fine.
Oh, my God. I didn't do that.
Like I said, you literally can't lose that fight. Miracle shoes. Put those on Sabin. Look what they do.
Haste, Protect, Shell, and Regan? Jesus!
Yeah.
Those are ridiculous.
Now do it 3 more times.
Well, we get 3 parties of 4 though, don't we?
You do. If you want to go for 12 of those, I won't stop you. You bet the wrong thing.
That is not what I wanted. Did I quick save?
Huh? You did not.
Can I flee?
Take the loss of the sprint shoes. You're not going to use them
I haven't
anyways.
been using them. Fuck it, just go for beat it anyway. Go!
I was about to say, I didn't think death worked on Chuba.
Oh God!
So I'm pretty sure you can't win this because anything you do just causes him to snort. That's why you quick save in between each round, in case you bet the wrong thing.
How would you be able to beat that if you just see snorts at everything you do?
I'm pretty sure you can't. Because, like, if you talk to Ultros up front, he tells you if you bet any junk, you're gonna have to deal with Mr. Coupon.
Oh, okay. So he's just like...
Yeah, he's the dead item fight, kind of. Okay, we'll wait.
I'm gonna get you.
So the only other thing we're gonna grab over here is some ultimate weapons. Which I
casually just grab them.
We're gonna casual grab some ultimate weapons. I think you have the items for almost all of them. I think.
What do you think?
There we go.
So wait, Heartless Angel, like
Yeah, like Sephiroth's Heartless Angel.
like
Yeah.
Sin Heartless Angel. God damn. I mean, it's a real cool fight and all. Come on, you know? I love it.
Let's see.
Swords, bat weapon.
At least Regan still heals you with your frozen.
Oh yeah, it never stops.
It never stops. You can be in your grave and just sitting there. Yes, Sabin. Protect again. Oh my god, what are you doing, Sabin? I really wish I had that berserker.
I mean, sometimes it helps, but also, like, sometimes Sabin will just do things that are more useful.
Apparently he poisoned him. Because he just took 1125 randomly.
Neat. This list is all the wrong names. Right, it's got the like, GBA versions. Let me see if I can find a better list.
I keep forgetting to check to see if we have an anti-freeze item.
I mean, realistically, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, but if I go for like a couple more of those miracle shoes,
Here we go.
Trying to buff out to get to the tower, and this dragon keeps distracting me and freezing me in the spot with pictures of technology. Death. Miss. Suplex. Fuck yes. Something's like, I've learned this new.
It has a
What's
hit.
Tiger break.
One of his attacks. Okay.
Have I just never noticed?
Is that 3 or 4? You probably don't have it.
How'd I do it?
Because technically Sabin can do things he doesn't have.
Oh jeez, that thing was kind of powerful. I got 3. Still need one more at least.
One more, okay.
And then I'll decide whether or not I want to get 9 more.
You're probably not going to. Like, you can easily beat the game for that. You don't even actually need these, but I figured to give you a little bit of an advantage for what you have ahead of you.
I had what, 3 Hermes sandals? And now I'm gonna have 4 of these things. And I'm gonna have how many characters total?
You have 14 characters.
Yeah, so
You probably won't need them all.
half of them have haste on at all times? Could work.
Usually a good idea.
Yes, put the dragon to sleep. Sure, that'll work more.
There's a few different things we could get, but I think the only thing we're going to want to get is Cyan's ultimate weapon. Or one of his best weapons in this version of the game.
Kill. No, not die. Kill.
Mostly because by the time you get down towards the end of the game, Sabin's weapon isn't really going to matter because he's just going to be hitting max damage all the time with Bum Rush.
So, Bum Rush is better than that whatever Tiger Tackle thing that he just did 8 grand with?
I think it specifically depends on what you're attacking.
Because I've always liked it just yeeting yourself at something. Well, what was it in Final? What was that? X2? the very first time I did what was in Darkness, where your character just runs forward and just explodes. And it's just like, I had never done it before. And they just ran forward, exploded, and died, and killed 4 enemies, and I just fell over laughing. Don't forget that I barely played the Final Fantasy series up until 7, and then 8, and then I jumped to X2. I barely even played 10. And then I
For
played
some
9
reason, you like
afterwards.
8.
Hey, yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Got good music, good world design. I know you don't like the whole high school character drama bullshit. Nobody does. But whatever. But it has
Oh, there you go. You can totally suplex the dragon.
it has sorcerers telling space.
So,
Sorcerers.
The game had an overly complicated story. Half the characters were unnecessary. The game emphasized you getting magic and never using it.
Oh. Yeah, I hated the junction system was cool, but maybe if they capped it at 50 instead of 100, so you could use it.
Yeah, it's like
nice.
the game wanted you to go out and get all the best magic lead and then never do anything.
I can't argue against the junction system. I liked it, but I thought it was limiting if you. Well, you couldn't use Ultima or Tornado
Or flare.
or Flare. You could use Viagra all you wanted. And
I mean, depending on how you were set up.
can't use triple. You can use double. Triple's gonna be equipped to your speed, but
Yeah. That's my point. It's like the game wanted you to go get all these things and then never do anything with them.
Well, I mean, they
Because
did-
the junction system was neat, don't get me wrong, but it was also a terrible, terrible decision.
well, there was a narrative reason behind it too.
It's not the point. The point is it was a terrible decision.
Well, my point was the point. Oh, the narrative reasons. Okay, what am I doing now?
Okay.
Okay,
So there's a couple other things you can get,
sure.
depending on what you have. So I actually need to see your items. Go down to science weapons. Okay. What's he got on? Take that off of him and bet that. Make sure you quick save before you bet it.
Wait, what am I betting? The Masami?
Yeah.
But that's a bad idea.
You would think that.
It's several sword. You don't want to give it that.
Not till the next game.
Wait, I didn't take off the flame shield.
That's fine.
Go sobbing anyway.
Like, most of the fights from here shouldn't be anything too bad.
I guess I'm glad I kept the flame shield on. Why did that do zero?
I don't know. Something else you haven't put properly.
I'm just glad that the 3400 thing is there.
There's one of that Scion's, I think, second best weapon in this version of the game.
Attack 199. Ancient Doman Blade.
Yep. So, quick save again. You should have a scimitar. I want to say you should. Should be a normal sword.
Seriously, there? I don't see one.
Because that was in...
That's a no.
Okay, so you're not getting that done.
I won't buy one. Got some money.
You can't buy it. It was only in a dungeon. One that you're long since done.
Where are all these guys?
I think Murakuma might just be it then. That's probably the only thing you need out of here.
the things. Okay, so. I mean, I probably should look into getting some people equipped. What would be the best city to go to for equipment?
Kefka's Tower.
Kefka's Tower has equipment?
Yeah, of course it does. It's a dungeon.
Well, for purchasing? Or just
No, but I mean, I don't think anywhere you go is really going to get you a whole lot of equipment.
Well, let's go to the tower then, I
Or
guess.
at least a whole lot of anything worthwhile. Yeah, there's a few other items you could have got, but nothing that's going to like make or break the run.
Splitting up the dream team first.
Cells is part of the dream team.
No, that was an accident.
Gal's part of the dream team.
There we go. Right. So.
Make sure you have healers in every team is the big thing.
Who else is a good healer? This guy.
Make sure you put Go-Go in whatever team science in. So remember, Go-Go's thing is he can mimic. He mimics whatever action was done last. Also, you still need to set up Go-Go. You're probably gonna actually have to set everyone for that matter.
Well, yeah, and I'm trying to think if Setsu should go in replacement for anybody. But isn't he powerful?
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Yeah, that's usually who I end up running.
That's
Not in
it.
that same formation, but yeah.
Well, any suggestions of changes?
No.
No.
No, this is entirely you. You have to figure this dungeon.
Man.
Like, this is one thing in the game that I do not want to help you with, because this is the end of the game. This is the end of the whole long train ride that you've gone through to get here. Good luck.
I don't have anybody properly fully equipped, I don't think. So.
Yeah, you still need to equip everybody, put espers on everybody. You need to actually set up Go-Go.
I don't even know what that means.
Okay, so go to whichever team has Go-Go. Which is, what? Science team? Yeah. Okay, I think it's under abilities. No. How do you set up for this one? Might be under equip? No. I totally forgot how you set up Go-Go in this one.
Wait, God, you're not even gonna
Oh, it's on the status screen. Hit square.
Oh, geez, what?
Told you he was an onion knight.
Right. Stack. Remove.
Yeah, you can unset things from the slots. These are the things that are going to come up in his menu.
Oh.
You could put literally anything you want on him.
Why don't
So
I
most
just-
of the time you'll be using Mimic.
Why don't I just use blue? Oh.
Or you could. So the other thing about Mimic is that anything that costs MP, if he mimics that, it does not cost him MP.
Yeah, but Blitz doesn't cost MP.
Yeah, but things like Ultima do.
What about dance?
That would be Mog's dances. You have Mog in your team with him.
Right, I don't need that because Mog's here.
Also, that's a complete waste on Go-Go.
Well, I mean, if you need a healer.
Like Bushido, Blitz, Tools isn't a terrible one. Throw isn't bad sometimes.
I'm just gonna keep Blitz actually. Okay, so. Eagle, that's. First off, I'm just gonna give my dream team the what do they call them? Miracle shoes. All these people the carriers.
You passed it twice.
Probably.
Mog.
Mog is one of my heroes. I think I might pass on Mog, actually.
In that case, put them on. Actually, just make sure Go-Go has Hermes sandals or probably Hermes sandals on him, just so he has the haste.
Does Hyper-Rush matter?
I mean, yes. So, like, you can build him as a magic character, you can build him as a physical character, and that reflects the things that he does. So, like, if you build him as a physical character, but you mimic Ultima, you're going to do a much weaker Ultima.
I'm gonna give it to what team? Why do I just keep passing everything? Miracles. Okay. Earring. Hyper-Rest on you. Zephyr Cloak. Alright, healers on different. You. Ribbon. Just be protected. Something else helpful.
Hairpin, probably?
That could work, yeah.
You probably put one of those on your Team 2 healer as well. Your Team 3 healer is Mog, so in this case your Team 1 healer. Which should probably actually be Celis.
Yeah, that could work. Now I just need to throw on other things for other people.
Ooh, put the Genji gloves on Shrug.
Super useful.
I mean, you want to have somebody just attack forever, put the Master Scroll and Genji glove on them. They'll just do 8 attacks.
The what?
put Genji gloves and a Master Scroll on somebody, and they will just do 8 normal attacks. In fact, yeah,
Shadow.
put that on Shadow.
That sounds like something perfect for Shadow.
Make sure one of his 2 weapons is one that can instant kill. Yeah, so like swap out Man-Eater with, oh no wait, yeah, that'll work. Because that one does 1-hit kills.
Man-Eater does?
No, the one the Ichigaki.
Oh. Okay. Wait, Cesar has nothing equipped.
That makes sense.
Okay. Hero ring.
So just double Heroes Ring. How much money do you have? Just put on the thing that changes slots into Gil Toss. I mean, it's a good way to get rid of stuff. You're not gonna do anything with that 300,000 gil anyways.
Alright, I can turn somebody's attack into jump as well.
Yeah, that's super useless. It really is. You could alternatively put things on him like alarm earrings so you can't get back attacked.
Good. But I still have Hermes
So
sandals.
you'll put Hermes sandals on him.
Who doesn't have something that... Okay, I'll put that on. Here we go. What do you have? You're gonna have to jump. I don't know.
Because you're gonna want to be doing damage with it.
Isn't jump damage?
Sure, but it's very delayed damage.
But it's
It's also not great.
Wow, okay.
How many of the dragons did you kill?
None?
I'm pretty sure you killed at least 2 or 3 of them, didn't you?
Didn't think so.
Pretty sure you did. So I believe 2 of them are here in Kefka's tower. Killing all 8 of them gets you a Magicite.
Well, I'm also, like, I didn't go fight Death Gaze either. I just came here.
That's also true.
Now, here's a question. Who has distance weapons?
Probably just Locke.
Let's see. Lock does. Are those Setzer?
I don't know if the cards count as distance weapons or not. Maybe?
I'm gonna say yes. Okay, and then
So, when you're going to equip Vespers, just start at the bottom of the list.
who was learning Ultima?
Mog, probably?
Yep, okay. Well, Mog's got the plus magic coming in right now, so
You should probably. If you're going to be doing that through the whole tower, you're going to be in this menu a lot.
then be prepared to see this menu a lot. Wait, can he not do Espers?
No. That's Gogo's one downside, is he can't use Espers in the... I don't think he can use magic either. But he can mimic any magic in the game.
Good everybody. Whew, okay.
Quick save.
Yeah, right?
And good luck.
Now what's this button? That leaves. This button, I'm guessing, leaves. What the fuck?
What do you expect from the end dungeon of the game?
Oh, I didn't want to do that. mean, then again, I guess if the great behemoth gets any magic, right?
No, I'm just gonna punch self.
So Sabin might just carry this team, I think.
Oh, Sabin's absolutely gonna. Like, each of your main characters are probably gonna carry their individual teams.
What's all that? Here? Hypno Crown. What's a Hypno Crown?
Well, first off, it's not an accessory.
Crown. Raises successor's rate of control thing. Who did control it?
So that's the alternate command for, what's her name? The little girl you decide not to put in the party.
Sure.
Yeah, Rel.
There you go. We'll go ahead and put that on you for now. You can just...
It also requires that she has the relic that changes her sketch into control.
Okay, I'm just putting it on her, so it's not in my way.
That's an up element.
But it has a down arrow. Oof. I got hit with it.
Yes. He'll have all that HP back before this fight's over. See?
Send some messages running around you right now. Both about the level. Attacking the human in the back row, huh? Don't leave the Marlboro alive, guys. It's a bad idea.
Marlboros, by the way, in Stranger Paradise, terrifying.
Yeah?
They're massive and ugly as hell. And bad breath sucks.
Well, bad breath always sucks.
That was a meteor.
Bye, Strago. He's not leveling up after this match. He probably needs some HP up, actually. Hey, go on.
That's a sensor weapon. Yeah, it's a chance weapon. I don't actually know how high the damage on that can go.
I'm tempted. Strago is still dead. Wait, that would be one of those.
Yep.
So it's just one after another.
Yeah. I don't know what the deal with it is, to be honest with you, so all I know is you have to kill it 4 times.
I think this is a good spot for another team to catch up. Alright, let's see. You all have stuff equipped. Alright. Let's go. Why not? Let's do a quick save.
Probably not a bad idea. Still doesn't have any really good magic.
Era just gets to attack randomly. This team gets to be carried by Shadow attacking 8 times. And I mean, she doesn't hit for super.
Shouldn't hit particularly great either, though.
No. Then again, neither does Shadow.
I mean, he's hitting 8 times at 300 to 500 points of damage. I mean, sell that out to 400, and he's doing 2,400 points of damage. No, 3,200 points of damage. Plus, he can instant kill.
Still, you. Actually, I should really get you learning some good magic.
You should get Terra either learning like the Agas or Ultima or Holy. Yeah, nobody using Alexander currently.
Alexander it is. I am a big fan of Holy.
These don't count as the 8 dreads.
There's 2 of them. Heave, everybody heave. You're very well. This thing can stop hitting me. God damn. So what if you equip jump and the scroll?
Jump's an ability.
It'd be cool if you can jump 4 times.
Nope. The Master Scroll only specifically affects attack.
Just crit.
Terra killed something. My god.
Nerva Lucy.
That's Celis or Terra.
There it is. Stop trying to put on the goddamn ultimate weapon.
Get more HP.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing that for their level up, as these 2 both need HP.
Just load Terra with HP ups and give her an ultimate weapon.
Actually, no, I think I should put strength up on Shadow.
I mean, I don't know, like, he's doing, against these things, 2,400 points of damage. It's divided however he fucking chooses, but I mean, that's double Locke's damage.
Yeah, but I freaking do 4,800 damage.
Except you won't do that many attacks without having both dual wield and the Master Scroll.
Well, no, I'm talking about putting on plus 2 damage up on.
Oh, for his levels.
For his levels, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad idea.
It's really quick. Great. He's great. Then you. Oh, I have Phoenix. Ooh, up and a down. Choices. Oh no, not a back attack.
Told you could put alarm earrings in somebody.
How do you miss with a chainsaw?
You should probably switch roles on him.
Ew, yeah, probably.
Don't repeat because it'll repeat rogue.
Yeah. Crit. They lost randomly cure us because I put the wrong person to cure.
And whatever keeps you from getting killed.
Alright.
Which did save you.
Get the fuck out, Shadow. That's good, you don't have this right there, just keep it.
That's a throwaway.
When did I get diamond on there?
Probably dropped off the diamond stone.
Not bad. Oh, that's fair.
Oh. You have the, was it the Moogle suit?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't Trago one of the characters who equipped the Moogle suit? Aha, put it on. I just want to see it once. You'll have to get into a fight with him, I'm sure.
Oh, hey, look up here.
It does turn him into a Moogle. That's both neat and weird.
Oh my god, he's healing. I must have the healing on.
And before you just hit it with a weak element. Or a resistant element. No, I actually have Healing Rod. Healing Rod is like one of the best magic rods.
What the hell is that?
Might want a quick save. Just saying.
Let me just crit everything, why don't I?
I was like, did you just crit all of those attacks? Jesus. Ow.
He then got booked. Really?
Yeah, they can do that too. And you're just like, stay dead, motherfucker. Got a little chainsaw. It does have some of the best timing to it, doesn't it?
Little chainsaw be able to take this down.
Did you?
Did I quit save?
Yes.
Yes, I did. I'll do it again just to be safe.
In case that doesn't look familiar to you, that should.
Yeah, this can't be good that he's talking. Nothing ever good comes from a talking enemy. What's he doing? He's glowing. Ow!
It's like him with the double hand and the Master Scroll. That's like 5k damage.
Hey, that's my other team member's
4K?
heal. Like,
I mean, downside is that it also lets ATB gauges for him in particular keep filling while it's going.
it's alive, Shadow.
The new animations and effects look really good, yes. Like, I have a very big debate on which version of 6 is the best version because of a lot of different things. In my opinion, I think I like this version best, in which my original opinion was the Super Nintendo version, mostly because the, like, battle intro thing is a lot faster in that version. And I just like how that version looks, because Super Nintendo had good graphics. But this version, and all these new animations, are really, really good. And I just kind of wish that they had included the final dungeon that was in the Game Boy Advance version of the game, because it's not in this, unfortunately. Because with all the Pixel remasters, they didn't add any of the like advanced and remake extra content in it. And I don't know why, because they absolutely could have.
Nothing stopping them from doing that.
Yeah, like there's literally nothing stopping them. They absolutely could have. If the extra dungeon was in this version of the game, this would be the perfect version of the game.
Got
Good
it.
fight.
Shadow was alive too at the end. Yay, Shadow.
That's one of like 8 bosses. That one earns you a save point. That's it.
I'll take it. And rest. Things beat me up a bunch.
I mean, I don't know what you were expecting.
I expected it to serve me a cup of tea.
Well, you were wrong.
You look like the lovely behemoth of the tea. You are Alexander.
You're saying it should have been called Ultima? See, I can make bad jokes too.
Where the hell is the HP plus 30%? I know it's here somewhere.
You're probably blind and went past it.
HP 10%, HP 10%.
I still count at least 3 you haven't looked at.
Ah, there it is. Yes. Okay, you have strength plus 2. Alright. Wow! Oh god, movers! Movers and shakers! Are these just AP enemies?
I don't remember, honestly.
No effect.
Killed it anyways.
Yeah, they're just HP. Well, no, I got experience.
You get
here.
experience for it. 1,500 experience apiece. They're just weak enemies they threw in here for whatever reason.
Oh, yes.
Had to give you a little break from the rest of the tower.
All enemies and allies? Jesus.
Yeah. This game didn't fuck around with magic.
Apparently not.
Like, the real way to play this game is just to get really good magic on everybody and spam magic through the whole game. Because magic in this game is busted.
You're a ninja, you can use quick.
He's literally the worst person at quick.
Oh, that side pipe is just an illusion, it's not real.
That side pipe, however, is real.
Oh. So I guess I'll go meet up with the friends. Like I said I would. Oh wait, no, that's...
It just drops you back
where
a
I
couple
came
of rooms.
before, yeah.
It's your way back up here because you fell.
Gotcha, that makes sense. It's the illusion of being cut off from my
Right.
Poor boomers.
Stop! It's already dead!
You know what though? This team, let me see. I wonder if I should give the miracle shoes to Terra.
I'd put him on Shadow at this point.
You think?
But you
'Cause,
can't because you'd break his combo of things. I mean, Locke is still doing more damage than Terra is.
Yeah,
At least
she-
until Terra gets some much better
Yeah,
magic.
she's my healer.
Eh. Just kill things before they kill you.
Yeah, I guess. Can't argue with that one. Force shield. Oh, it's a magic defense shield. Gotcha. So it might be good against.
It's also
Jeff.
like the best magic shield in the game.
Oh yeah, it's good against things that are using magic against.
Actually, I
us.
think it's second best. There's one better one, but you don't have the time to get it. Because there's a curse shield in the game, and the way you turn the curse shield into a paladin shield is by doing something like... If Noble was here, he could tell us. Mikey, you probably also tell us. It's like a couple hundred battles with the shield on.
Uh-huh.
The shield gives you basically bad breath plus speed.
Can you equip a ribbon?
It does not negate the status. I think that will negate the status effects, but it does not negate the doom.
Okay.
But it's also a couple hundred fights you have to do with it on. And that becomes the best shield. But it's also a huge time sink for something that's not worth it. At least in a long run, it's not worth it.
Force armor.
But guess what that does?
Let me guess. It's good magic armor. No. What do you think?
30 magic evasion on it.
Jeez.
Mind you, at 100 of an evade stat, you just have invincibility in that. You literally cannot be hit at 100 evasion. And back in the day, in like the Super Nintendo version, stats were messed up and how they were coded. So I think it was like your... I think it was your magic defense, your magic evasion, and your normal evasion were all categorized under your normal evasion. So if you had maxed out normal evasion, you had maxed out magic defense and magic. I think that's how it worked. It could have been defense I'm thinking of. But yeah, they totally royally screwed the coding for the stats in the original version of the game.
Shadows are dying.
That's all he does, is he hits things and he dies. Think about it.
Like
That's literally all that's happened in this game, is
It's like-
he has hit things and he has died.
He's like a quality. Who needs a quality ninja? Sorry, Shadow. Miss!
Well, he had to live at least one fight. Okay. Unless you're planning to go back and fight the other dragons, you don't have to fight this one. You can, you get an item for it. I don't remember what the item is. Unless you're gonna go back, you don't have to. Hiya, Jimbos. You ready to just get got?
Yeah, I'm waiting to see him just destroy me.
Or we'll just guard everything. Take off, auto. Because as a reminder, Doom goes faster with autos on.
Dying, you cowards.
He's got like all the crits right now. I apologize to everybody for the flashing, because for fuck's sake, Shadow, he just hit all the crits. Unfortunately, I don't think this game has a way to reduce flashing.
Shadow. You need magic as well, so. Or
No, he doesn't.
HP as well.
Let's say HP.
You. Doc needs. Look, I'm already on the second floor of this team, and this team hasn't even started yet.
You might want to just keep going on that one.
I haven't moved this one at all. I think it's time to get moving. I want to walk around as the cool sexy thing. That in the wrong order. Phantom Rush for some reason.
I mean, that's not the worst choice. Or Go-Go can just get got. Solid 4K. Not quite as much as Sabin, but still. Between him and Cyan, we should probably be able to carry this team on pretty well. Sensor's just gonna help heal the team forever.
All right. Sensor. You need HP. Look at how low your HP is. Matter because it just blows up for no reason. Go easy. Red cap. That's
You could swap Sensor's weapon out to the dice and just have him go attacking. It'll be at the bottom of his items because it's only got one attack bar. Do that and then put the Master Scroll on him. So it just attacks 4 times with the dice. Could potentially be really good.
Yeah, we'll switch the Master Scroll between him and Shadow.
I mean, it's not the worst idea.
No, it's not. I wish I had 2 of these damn things.
Oh, too bad. You can only get 1. I would probably say get rid of the Hero's Ring because it's because all the damage is going to be dependent on the dice.
You're right.
And if you're going to be doing Bomb Rush with Go-Go, you should probably put a sword on him. I guess he only gets rods. No, never mind that. Just double shields him.
Yeah, no, that works.
Did you even try?
No, I didn't. I'm not going to. Oh geez, I'm already on the 3rd floor. What the hell? Oversized squirrel costume?
I don't know what you expected from the name. It's gonna be another one of those things only like Roman Straka could put.
piece. So yeah, that might work.
It was like 9,000 damage.
And Go-Go is dead.
Cyan only did 8. That sensor attack did more damage than Cyan's attack. That was 13,000 damage.
So it works.
Master Scrolls Pick Dice! Alright! Cool! I didn't actually think that would work. I didn't know how much damage it was gonna do. It's had to go hard. So maybe you've got a little too much power in this team.
No. Actually, it doesn't really matter what the fuck. Doesn't really matter what the hell Go-Go copies at this point.
I mean, you probably want him copying the dice or sensor. You don't want him copying Maw. Because it'll just lock him into doing dances. Then again, you could just hit him on Mimic and let it go.
That's what I'm doing now. Mimic and go. We'll just see what happens. Gee, there's a 10k hit. Okay, if you just do attack, it just attacks.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, let's get out of
It's a
this.
shame he doesn't have better magic, because that holy would have hurt. I want to see Go-Go copy that and just also stumble.
He just attacked.
That's because his copied Mimic action is attack. When you auto him on Mimic, apparently, when you auto him on Mimic, it just copies it and then keeps doing that same thing.
Because I thought I was mimicking that.
You would have to manually Mimic it, and then just always auto with Go-Go.
Gotcha. Another hero ring. Damn it.
It's funny to see him do like 400 damage and then just 7,000. Master Scroll is entirely what makes those fixed dice worthwhile.
If not for those, it wouldn't be worth it. So, the question is... I'll just keep him on until I keep the HP rolling for him, then keep him alive.
Probably a good idea.
Hi!
You were so lucky you didn't walk one more step to the left before going back to that stage.
I think they fixed me.
Why did you pick what?
Pressing the wrong buttons.
That's gonna hurt.
Okay.
Well, at least now you don't have to worry about killing him while one of the hands is set up. Never mind. I had to say something.
Oh my god.
At least Mog heals off of it.
I'm waiting for Mog to bring the guy up so I can do the damn Pachito and then fucking mimic it. Fine, it's gonna mimic Ray's now anyways. Or no, it's not gonna mimic Ray's because Ray's was needed.
Mog has lead HP.
Oh, he's about to have dead HP. I can't do anything.
Come on, Bomb.
Fucking break.
Yeah.
Okay, instead of this, I guess you get ribbons. You are the two that really need to keep people alive. Let's try this again. Or just get into a random fight. Fucking Go-Go! Dude, he's getting on my fucking nerves, actually.
More HP on him.
I can't put any fucking thing on him in order to give him HP, and he keeps dying, he doesn't get experience. Fuck Go-Go.
To be fair, you didn't do basically any of the side quests before coming.
Still fuck. Let's try this battle again. Mob. Dance and stuff.
Maybe we can hit it now, because you're just letting the enemy's ATB.
I'm waiting for it to happen at least once.
Now keep going.
Yeah, alright.
Now remember, you said that happened, so you might Wood Slash.
Yeah. Why do you think I was waiting?
I think that's actually going to play out in your favor.
I guess. So I got two
Who's gonna let
dancers,
Sensor do all the damage?
2 dancers, 2 attackers. I'll take it.
Not for long, you don't.
Biceps.
And Zion's the only one who can get him back up. Sadly, some bad doesn't heal status effects.
Needle.
Oh, yeah. There you go, there's all the Joe's will come.
Fuck, I'm just leaving him dead. Fuck that now. I'm done with him. Missed it, fuck those arms up, huh?
Oh, you're in fine health. There you go.
Fucking Gogo stayed dead. I don't give a damn. Fuck Gogo. Save. Come on, Tempest, go off. There we go. Dancing the ball first thing that's enough.
Should give it in a second.
Oh no, I countered anyway.
Oh yeah, triggered the right time. 4K. I think you were better off just doing the blitz.
You think?
I mean, you did like a little bit more damage than what you did copying the Tempest.
Mega Elixir.
Also, at least this way, the blitz is being targeted.
It's not just going to be some random attack from one of their characters. Oh, you know. Go-Go could just die.
I think Setsu took care of that problem, though. Just fucking kill everything.
You got Phoenix Islands.
Which I think technically means that on the right side of rolls, Setsu could do 40,000 damage in one attack.
In the right side.
Which is insane. Zion can also do that, but you have to get him really high leveled and really high up on...
Why is that going?
I don't know, there's a chest above it too.
That's the rainbow brush.
Guess whose path that bridge was on? Not this team's.
So did that open a path?
That opened a path on the other side of the wall.
Still haven't run into the other team members yet.
Yeah, well, there's Dragon number 2.
Should I fight this one?
That's up to you. Like I said, you don't have to. I believe you get an item for doing so. And it knocks out one more of the 8. This one's on deck.
Oh, I probably should have healed Go-Go. That works anyways. Oh, it doesn't matter. Drago's dead anyway.
Drago?
Or Go-Go, whatever. Drago's dead too. He casts Doom on Drago somehow.
Yeah, that worked.
Okay then.
Man, I'm gonna run Sobbit teams now. Or not Sobbit, Setzer teams now. Because his fixed dice are kinda dumb. Yeah, you have 6 more to go, so you beat one other dragon. So, one other one was in Team 2's pathway, and then there's another 5 that are out in the world. And I know you've seen at least 3 of them, I'll say. Maybe 4?
Hey, look, other team members.
You know the fun part is? You missed the path that gets you to the first team.
Did I?
Yep. Have fun figuring out how to get back here.
Oh, so I can't even do anything with this team right now.
Not until you get somebody on that button.
Which team, at least? Please tell me which team.
Well, one of the teams opened the path for the other team.
Oh, and that was this one. So that team opened up the path for this team then. So, back to this team. Okay. You
Put that master scroll back on, Shadow. Just as a reminder.
Thank you.
You literally were on Shadow and then
I gotta take the
Oh, yeah,
master
sure,
scroll
take it off.
off somebody first. You got that for magic. What do you need? You need HP. I lied. The lock needs HP. You can get HP next time.
there's a 10% HP. But you're probably better off giving him a 2 strength.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
Then you should probably put something on it.
You know what? That other one kind of moved a little easier.
You also had Setzer do like 25k of damage to it. It was also a very different dragon.
But you have Shadow on this side giving people opulence.
Right? Not gonna lie, all his crits make me effort just a little bit. This game really does need like a way to turn off the flashing. I don't know what you thought that was gonna do.
I thought it would do some damage on us. That's not what I wanted to do. Fucking put fire on the damn van.
Doesn't Terra have Quake?
I don't care if it was.
Yeah, firework.
Crystal Lord. Oh.
Did you check the muscle belt?
Yeah, it increases a whole lot of HP. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, did I have fire?
I mean, it works.
Are you sure we don't want Lock to it in multiple folks?
Shadow's got the instant kill chance.
Right.
You can always look at the map while you're out here and figure out which area it was. So it was that one there. So who went through that door?
Nobody so far because there's a chest there. Boy!
Easy fight.
You were like, oh. There's also like Kiraga. No, you was like Kiraga from Back 2. It's not only this character.
There's a couple of those, but you don't have them. I think there's two. There should be three. There might only be two that are Kiraga.
Speaking of the one-hit kill weapon. Let me teach you Kiraga. Not here. That's right. I see what you mean by I will level up more than enough in the dungeon itself. I don't need to go level up before the tower because all these experience and come flying.
Even knowing how to get through this tower, you will still end up gaining some levels unless you're doing the speedrun tactics and just putting Mog in one party and Go-Go in another and just putting the Moogle charm on them so you just can't run into battles at all. Because that's what the speedrun does. They just go, yeah, we're gonna, these two teams, no battles at all. This team, half battles. I literally just told you.
There's no battle.
Yes. It literally just makes it so you cannot get random encounters.
Do I have one of these?
Probably not, because you have to go kind of out of your way for it. I think it's the Moogle charm. I want to say it is. Sounds right.
This just makes me full. No, this is this. Which also makes me full. I don't know where I'm going, Billy.
I don't know where you're going either.
All the
I know where you
flags.
think you might be going, but I don't know where you're actually going.
I don't know what else.
Oh, block the input. Am I at least with the correct team? Well, you're not gonna tell me
So
that
did you
much.
look at the overworld map? So like, the upper map is kind of technically divided in 3 sections
Yeah.
based on the teams.
What the fuck is that thing? It reminds me of pre-2017. Had a big belly. I still have a big belly, but I don't eat. Man, this thing's got some HP on it.
Yeah, you want to fight one in the Coliseum? 'Cause you can get a couple different items from fighting him in Coliseum.
I don't know. I think the new trick for Coliseum might be Tetsu.
You know?
Put on the Berserk Ring, the dice, the Master Scroll.
That's probably actually, yeah, a really good combo. The only problem is you have to come in here to get the dice. And generally, by the point you hit here, you're not leaving.
Yeah, I guess. Oh god, you've learned everything already. Edgar, stop knowing so many things.
Right side.
Right side what?
Right side.
That one. Gotcha. I'm just gonna give him Phoenix anyway. Give him Ray Rays. Don't think I need to be here. So yeah, it's gonna be the middle team. So like, the middle team is going to hit the middle button for the middle team?
The left team needs the button hit.
Wait, I'm on the left team, aren't I?
No.
But I'm on the team that was hitting the left button.
That doesn't make them the left team.
Well, damn it, Billy.
If it's easier for you, this is team 2. Because you have Sabin on team 1, you have Edgar on team 2, you have Cian on team 3.
Everybody's about to level up again, so back to Bismarck. Where did I just come from?
Right in that door.
Wrong button.
We haven't seen this team in like an hour.
They don't have to change at all.
Aside from the fact that nobody has Espers on.
I noticed that.
Before you go re-equip all your espers, you might as well just take the other team back.
Yeah, that team doesn't have to stay there, do they? I thought maybe they'd have to hit a button again, but I guess not. But it just didn't go in that left door.
Yep.
Fucking Chimera. They scare me because they look like that one boss battle.
Which one boss battle?
The Chimera, they kept throwing fireballs at me.
Oh, in the Coliseum?
Yeah.
That wasn't just doing fireballs, but was doing Flare Star?
Yeah, oh my god, Edgar, quit messing with the chainsaw.
Chainsaws are hard.
No, they're not. I know how to use a chainsaw. They're quite easy.
Yeah, but have you ever tried chainsawing a Chimera?
That I can't say I have.
Alright then, you shut your whore mouth.
Got me there. Damn it, Edgar. Button, who has the button? Somebody? You don't even technically have to go back with these teams. To hold the button. Prometheus? That doesn't look like the god who delivers fire at all. At all on attack. And he has the healing. Damn healing rod off.
I don't think there's anything hidden in this room.
Wait, why did everything just die?
Bye, everybody. Something like that was probably reasonable. You know, he has a wind attack that does more damage than the fire one, right? So you die to a blaster.
The heck's blaster?
You know what quarrels are?
Cordials, yeah.
That move that they do, that's called blaster. Other things can do it in this game, because I don't think quarrels existed in this game.
So, that's terrifying. Just has the chance to just instantly kill whoever it hits.
No, it's not a chance, it does. It's blaster for you. It's only got like a 50% hit rate though. Get fucked, I guess?
I don't have any of my characters, don't have fucking stamina up at all.
Well, yeah, because why would you level stamina?
To protect against that.
There's like 4 enemies in the game that you would have to worry about with that. And almost none of them actually matter that much.
Yeah, well,
apparently they matter.
Especially since the game auto-saves every room you go in.
Fucking thing just kept killing me.
Hey, remember, these were in the arena.
Yes, I remember these things. Bomb rushing dragon thing. Well, that's not good.
Forgot they did that, didn't you?
Yep. I don't know if any of you guys have played with them.
Probably not. I was waiting for Sabin to get hit, and then Mario to get all the experience.
Oh my god!
Hey, at least if they're doing that, they're not hitting you.
No.
It's okay, the Dragon doesn't do anything either. I lied.
How's that? You lied.
It's just the arena one that doesn't do anything for whatever reason. Sabin might still have Fire Shield on? Or she took it off of him? He's fine.
I'm just gonna kill this damn thing.
I mean, you literally can't die with Sabin. Like 17,000 experience just for him.
Bullshit enemies the first time
This is the first time you've come through here.
Yeah, I just remembered that. Now these are enemies I can deal with.
I mean, the Behemoth could just say fuck your face.
So far I haven't been hit by a bad breath by all. I count that as just luck.
I don't actually know if these ones do that. I think only normal ones do.
Hey, fellas!
Now, pick carefully.
I guess I'm going right. Yay, tomorrow. That's super helpful.
That might actually be helpful for them. Ominous warning.
Ow.
Oh yeah, pick carefully. That is an hour's warning. He was warned.
So I made sure not to crush him.
Fun fact, the game actually doesn't let you.
No. Back to moving all the espers around.
No, don't bother. Because if you run into a fight, it's going to be one fight. Yeah, it's a one fight. One fight ain't gonna make or break it.
Oh god. He is not. No, God, no! Oh, I did it only once, geez.
At least it didn't do it 4 times. That could have been horrible. He could have just murdered your whole team.
He still has a chance to. I remember this attack. Battle's over. Doesn't matter. I'll fix it after this. Oy. Okay, now I have to equip something on him. As well as you. Yes, we'll just keep giving you more HP.
Yeah, you should probably just feed HP to Setzer at this point.
Back just for this little walk.
I hope you like this team.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I'm wondering, like, oh, I have to go in with this team, huh?
I told you pick carefully.
I guess. Oh, I never moved the Master Scroll back over to Setzer is what it was.
Oh, so because you didn't do that, you
gosh.
lucked out. Setzer could have then just destroyed your whole team. At least Hero's got Holy now. And your Holy is not cheap.
10. Because she has the half and even one.
If you're gonna Holy the boss with Terra, you might want to transfer. Because if you ever had a time and a reason to use trans,
And
you can survive because the shadow kills you. Nope.
I mean, it would be really fucking useful if fucking Chainsaw would actually fucking hit. Okay.
Yeah, why is his
Chainsaw's
chainsaw just
not
missing?
working?
You always try the drill. Or now chainsaw will hit.
Oh, I see in the back row. Is that back attack?
No, you'd be on the other side if you were. But it does look like your rows are swapped. Yeah, you have weight mode on it as a reminder. So ATB gauges stop filling and things stop happening while you're in mech. Man, this 1DM is sturdy.
Alright.
You should probably heal and resave after that.
I noticed. You doesn't really matter. Actually, no. You were running around. 3. Care what you were.
No, stop. Before you fight this, let's go take our break.
Okay. Because now you can leave everybody here wondering what the hell this thing is.
What
because
the hell is that thing?
this is going to be a fun fight when we get back. So we're going to get up, take a break, stretch, get more to drink because I have been chugging through this water today. And we'll see if Jacob can make it through the rest of the tower before he needs to leave today. So he's got a good chance of doing so. So sit tight. We'll be back.
Alright, what are we killing? What are we killing? What do we got? What are you?
Exactly what you would expect.
My weapon? Is it a tank? It's a guardian.
Huh. I don't usually bother, so. Yes, apparently?
What did I do?
You didn't. But it said couldn't, not nothing.
Again, Shadow seems like he's in the bad spot. Why are you in the back row, Shadow?
No, he was in the front row. You should probably also leave Turbo off while Terra's tranced.
Why?
Because it drains the trance gauge faster.
Oh no, they're stopped.
So that might just be slow. Yeah, that's just slow. Keep a menu up while he's doing that. As long as you keep a menu up while he's attacking, he will go through all of his attacks, but ATP gauges will keep filling. Which means also tears won't keep going down.
I should probably do it.
Because, like, right now, the boss's ATV gauge is still filling.
Gotcha. I should probably heal Shadow instead.
Hopefully she'll just heal herself. That wasn't a wasted heal, at least. There you go. Not a bad fight.
Bad for Shadow.
Sensor's team would have came in here and just fucking wrecked it, though.
Can you raise yourself? No.
I mean, Super Tender you can.
Worth a try. Damn well cure himself. Can the other teams move now? Oh, wait a second. I'll just keep going forward with the other team for a second. Let's see. Hey, is that one of those things? One of the 3 statues that got moved out of the way where it shouldn't have been moved?
The Warden Triad?
Yeah. Is that one of the Warden Triad statues? Just kind of sitting out here doing nothing. Okay. So all 4 of these guys are like on top of each other.
Right.
And we can only hit one at a time.
Right.
Do they get 4 turns?
Yes.
Got it. That's their shtick.
They're not exactly strong though, so.
Yeah, I noticed. Called a demon, apparently.
So that's a yes, there is something to see.
Alright, I should have got ATB up. Oh. Shit, I don't have a Lunar alert. Does that get rid of stuff?
I don't think so.
Is he still?
Yeah, he is stopped.
I didn't get rid of stuff.
Maybe, but I don't think you have any. Try a remedy. Well, I don't think those work for stop either. No, I don't think you can get rid of stop.
Doesn't matter, he got I killed anyway.
At this point, you're probably better off spamming holies with Terra and using Shadow to heal.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the holies were doing pretty significant damage. And Shadow's not.
Shadow is not doing good.
His heals are going to be significantly weaker. But
But to compare to how much holy is doing.
yeah, it's like 2.5 times the damage the Shadow was doing. Southern Cross hurts though. That's really gonna hurt too.
Come on.
No, he's gonna do nothing but spam those. Well, you might as well just start spamming holy and hoping for the best.
Did you just take no magic damage right now? What do I have equipped on her?
Good question. Full on an ether. Probably a high ethers. X ether. Don't turbo it, or
I'm not.
I was saying, you don't want to waste another one of those. The meteor might hurt. Yep.
Damn.
Had it right up until the meteor. Okay, so flame shields for the Northern Cross.
Okay.
Because that'll stop
you
Northern
are-
Cross in...
This is not working with
Yeah.
this battle.
have any other ones? You could always put Force Shield on. Oh, she's got Aegis on her. Is that what it is? No, she's got Crystal Shield. Is it the no? The Ulfia? No?
I have no idea.
I don't know what's stopping the magic damage on her.
All around.
Then throw the Force Shield on Shadow. Something for Shell? You know what? Miracle Shoes, everybody?
Yeah, they just put miracle shoes on all these people that are doing the fucking boss battle.
Yeah, it's gonna raise her cost for Holy to 40.
Yeah, but she's not using ribbon. She's not doing any kind of...
I think Ribbon prevents... Well, yeah, I don't think Ribbon prevents time. Yes, I'd probably go something for Auto Shell. Since he's the only one... Since he'll be taking Magic Weapon. Don't do Reflect. Muscle Belt might not also be a terrible idea.
I thought there was a...
You should have had something for Shell.
Thought it did. Let's try it that way.
Might work out a bit better.
I'm still gonna try to steal it.
Trance. You can trance, it's just not gonna last long. So you might get off like one spell, but it'll do double power. Yeah, no. So trance is, again, trance is its gauge is determined on how many battles you do with Terra without using trance.
Gotcha.
And then it just fills an invisible gauge in the background. And the more you let that fill, the longer trance lasts when you do use it. So basically it's at 0 now, which means you have no time to cast anything. But she's still putting in some nice damage with the molars, so. And then use fucking Lock and Shadow to heal. Shadow, at least in particular, this is taxing and shit. These chainsaws hitting. No, you're in phase 2.
Might as well try to healer that I'm hitting you a lot earlier too.
This is why magic in this game is supposed to be. Because stuff like Holy and Ultima and Meteor just do tons of damage.
It's funny to have a
I mean, in FF7 Remake, Barrett's usually my healer.
Barrett. Barrett's not a healer in my 7 remake, but he is definitely a tank.
No, I used him as the healer because I was just doing like the all-in strat with Cloud and Tifa. There you go.
My Barrett was way too powerful to do stuff like that. Radiant. Right.
That is one of Edgar's best weapons.
Look at me dance around. Ooh. Means I can put the Zentetsuken in her.
Actually, I think Locke can equip Zentetsuken. That's probably a better idea. No, maybe not.
Is that a hole I have to jump into?
Yep. I don't know why you walk back.
Why I walk? Is that what I'm doing now? As I'm walking back? Oh.
You should know by this point that standing in a bud with somebody or with one team does something for another team.
Well, I know that. Oh great, holy heals. Ow! Fucking...
Remember what I was saying about magic being really stupidly good? By the way, now that you're also too deep in to want to go back, beating Death Gates gets you Bahamut,
Gotcha.
which teaches you Meteor. Also, it lets you summon Bahamut.
Huh, that was one big circle there.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a way back in case you want to leave the tower.
Okay, so, saving, stepping on the button, and then switching off
And
the
then
thing.
unequipping the boots from everybody.
Yeah.
Because those are going to get used. I don't know actually if you need flame shields. I don't actually remember what you need for the other two.
Let's just play it safe, shall we?
No, that's definitely anything you can do.
I'm just gonna keep switching the freaking really good gear on all the people I'm using.
At this point in the tower, that's not a bad idea.
I'm gonna just keep passing around these shoes that I keep passing around.
Every single time.
Did he just have the Master Scroll on? He doesn't need to have the...
He would have had boots on.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. There was
You would've put
the
Miracle-
Shadow with the other one on.
Yeah, you would have put Miracle Shoes, which you again went past. Swap the Hermes for the Miracles.
Fake moustache.
Actually, having Zantetsuga on it is probably not a bad idea. Because it's pretty strong.
Oh, I just feel more comfortable with flame shit. Okay. Alright, let's see where this team goes. Now, can I re-pick my team at the end of the game? Or am I stuck with one of these three teams?
I'm not telling you anything.
Of course not.
Of course he does it whenever he's at full HP. He does heal for about 2k now though, so... Go-Go's doing solid. Well, that first one was a crit. Those dice. It's like 12,000 damage.
Oh, I didn't have it. God damn it. Okay, you need more HP. You don't get it. You're learning stuff, so go ahead and go try to learn Ultimate. And then you... start at the bottom. Not this way.
Oh, you know what it is? I think it's the button unlock the other side, maybe? Switch back to the first team music. Because when you went back down, you went to the right, didn't you?
Oh god.
Well, then you went back up and to the left. I don't actually remember. You're gonna have to fuck around with this part.
I may be doomed.
No, let him just kill himself first. Now you're doomed. Or not. I'm surprised it didn't do more damage to you.
I can't move. I'm stopped. Science stopped all my characters.
At least it was himself and nothing else. Yeah, the weird thing I noticed about his Bushidos is like they still kind of have like some kind of weird hidden gauge in the background. But it still doesn't take a tenth as long as it does originally.
Now, what do we want to need to do?
Nothing, actually. I don't even remember this part.
Kind of can't go anywhere with this people.
Oh. You have to come back with the first team.
The team that I unequipped.
Go back to Setser's team real quick.
Okay.
You see it?
The button, yeah. I see the button. God damn it. I gotta go and equip this team.
Just run the battles.
Just run the what?
Just flee from the battles and run back.
I'm just gonna do it with no equipment unless quick save and just go.
Yeah, pretty much. If you die anywhere, it just reloads you at the beginning of the room. I think you went the other way.
I did.
So you're gonna take the long way back?
I don't fucking know what I'm doing.
You literally could just went back in the room and went right instead of left.
I don't care. I haven't seen an Aram in this whole game. And I go into one battle with no equipment on, and there they are.
Just staring at you menacingly.
Microscopically.
There it is. You're gonna need to take that team back. It's the end of the
Do
button.
it last. They go back last. Stop brain blasting the character that can kill everybody. Please.
But they want your characters to be Jimmy Neutron. Bye, Go-Go. Bye, Simon. Bye, Mog. Bye, Mog.
You're fucking kidding me.
Setzer just fucked your whole team.
And then died himself.
Oh, that's great. I've been waiting for a while to see what was gonna happen because of the confusions.
I didn't know I'd have to equip fucking ribbons. I can't with him. Damn it. Can you run while confused? I still hope
No.
you can.
You have to actually be running. Also, you need a full ATB gauge, so...
Okay, well, I was able to run while confused. Works for me.
Oh, confused, yes. Frozen, no. You're as equipped as you're gonna get for a first try on that.
I guess.
Just go in and hope Setzer doesn't get confused. Or frozen.
And head go. He's the only one doing anything in this damn battle.
I didn't know he did repeat that time. That was weird. Maybe he doesn't repeat anything but mimic. Because I mean, his mimic. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think he
it appears
repeats
so.
anything but mimic. Which is weird because his mimic is programmed that way. Like, if you mimic something and then you repeat fight with him, he will repeat whatever he last mimicked instead of whatever happened last. So, like, they programmed his mimics super weird in this. How much was he doing with the,
$4,000.
Oh, okay, so about the same.
Can he no longer be damaged by critical attacks? Well, you can attack him. Good. And now I'm into poison. Not immune to that, bitch.
Dice are so good. Like, I'm not gonna get over that. Like, that's a good find.
Okay, just do wind slash, whatever. Oh yeah, he's stuck in dance now. I can't get him off.
Yeah, so... Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, dice killed him. So now Sensor's gonna be in your party when you replay this game.
Probably, yeah. I mean, to beat my party, that, I believe, is Cyan's actual in this version of the game. There's one better, but it was in the final. It was in the extra dungeon.
Gotcha. The MP backup on these characters.
I think Tent heals everyone.
Does it?
I think so. Not 100% sure.
No.
Okay.
What was I gonna say? Probably go back and unequip these characters real quick.
You could just optimal the current team too and run them back. Like, don't bother putting accessories on. Just optimal them so they can survive a hit or so.
Is it in this team?
Yeah. Like, don't bother with Espers. Don't bother. Just throw that on them and run them back. Just so they're back.
Did Final Fantasy games always force you to have a full ATB to run?
No, this game did though. Why, I have no idea. But it's like, this game has two things when it comes to its running. Is one, while you are running, you are filling an invisible gauge that fills faster based on like your an individual character's speed versus the monster's speed. That has to be full, and their ATB gauge has to be full in order for you to escape. That's why you can have a full ATB gauge and still be sitting there running from it. That's also why characters like Strago take for fucking ever to be able to run. Because he's old. I'm not joking, that's the reason. That's literally actually the reason. He's old and he's slow, so he takes forever to run from fights.
Is it really worth putting miracle shoes on him?
I'd probably swap out the Blizzard Orb for it.
Okay.
There's the Berserker Ring.
Oh, yeah.
Can it just only go... Oh, I guess it can only go on Amaru in this one. So yeah, do Berserker Ring and the Gauntlet. Espers. Before you forget. Probably a good idea to keep getting Strago holy.
Well, I'm just putting magic on him right now. Magic plus 2. Actually, he needs HP. It's enough for you. Sabin, we just okay.
Oh, so Amaru's at 4 experience on this one.
I think I might have twisted this team a little bit different in the future. Because right now it's a little bit resting too much on Sabin's shoulders.
I mean, do you honestly think you'll ever play this again?
I might. I've enjoyed the game enough.
Alright, well, yeah, I'll take that. We take that. That's a win. Especially if you keep turtling the fight.
So apparently none of that counts as magic.
Draco and Quake. That's something at least. That'll probably be useful.
Different from actual damage.
You should probably hit him with another one. Does he have a gold hairpin on? Should probably put a gold hairpin on him. Should probably also put a staff of magic. Do you have anything that increases magic for him? Mythal Rod. 2 extra magic is 2 extra magic. You're not going to be meleeing with him.
I think it can be poisoned.
Doubtful.
I got Thundara with her. And with him, I got either War or...
You're probably going to be spamming heals with Zealous, no. Because, like, Sabin's your damage, Strago's probably going to be your damage.
That's because I just used my Quake or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's go save and let's go fight the last Triad. Goddess. Wait, did she just use a lot of magic?
I don't know. Oh yeah, that's right, Quake hits you too. You might not want to Quake.
I don't have float on, do I? None of my characters have float. Let's do some float for now.
Plus, I think things like that are counted as abilities and can't get absorbed by Rune. these is going so far, you can probably just spam Aqua Breath or Thundara or Fire or something with Shotgun and fine. Or just use Strago for healing the left side too. Just let Umaru and Sabin do all the damage.
I'm okay with that actually, because like they just keep hitting me. And she kept turning back and forth and getting hit in the back.
Yep.
That's useful. Is that one always a side attack?
Yeah.
Oh, who learned Quasar?
That's a blue magic. Also, you got Excalibur.
Excalibur. Not bad.
Yeah, that's probably your damage dealer with Strago now. I forgot that fight had Quasar.
Alright, ready to move on to the next room. Hit the other button. Oh god, did I just enter the final boss fight? Welcome, friends! Welcome, one and Holocaust! We just took down 2 of my final 4. It's kind of what we do. I found my friends! This group of weirdos over here! Except for those 2 we left back at the ship! I mean, they could have at least brought the 2 for the final showdown. They could have just like popped up, you know. Gal and the little girl in the back like playing Goldfish while the battle for the world.
Realm is playing Goldfish, and Gao's just flipping the cards everywhere.
No, Realm is playing Goldfish, and Gao for some reason has magic cards on the other side.
Gao has actual fish.
Goldfish slaps.
Isn't that dude that whipped your tail like 3 streams ago?
Yeah,
No.
and I haven't leveled up much since, so...
You've actually leveled up quite a lot. And then laughed? Yeah, he's still laughing. He literally did, that's literally the first thing he did when we walked in the room was he laughed.
And then killed me, and then laughed again. And he's destroying the world again! For the lulz.
That's to be determined.
See, I think I know how he did it. He took the power of the triad, and he took 4 coins, and he said, 4 was better than 3, I win. That's how he won.
Probably. Okay. I know that you know the song that is coming up. And now you get to have the experience of why it's such an amazing song. Why is he so angry? He looks all bright and colorful.
Do I at least get to change my equipment or anything? 2 of my teams aren't equipped! And he's destroying the world more! Guys, stop him, goddammit! There we go. Wait, why is there 2 teams? Why is there 2 teams?
I'm not telling you.
Why is there 2 teams, Billy? I don't want 2 teams! I want my power team!
And then I think you have to do square on the characters to actually be able to equip them. Actually, you might not be able to.
So I might be loading, you say?
I'm gonna tell you, I will at least tell you, take your best team in.
And the 4. I mean, I really want to bring Moogle. I like the heals. Like the simple heals of it all.
Yeah, I don't think you get a chance to equip stuff. I think you're supposed to do that at the last save point. So you might have to reload and smash through all the text. Yeah, that's how this part works. You want to just reload it?
I got this. Sensor? Actually, nobody's even equipped, are you? Well, he's just one-shotting all my guys anyways.
Like, yeah, you know this song.
I know Dancing Man. So I don't have to worry about equipping those other 8 characters, though? Too much?
You probably should.
Okay. But the 4 are the important ones, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Stop it. Optimal. Optimal. Edgar optimal. Was it Edgar or was I taking... Probably taking the sensor, actually.
Should probably swap the fixed dice on the sensor real quick. Because I assume that's the strat you're going in with sensor. waited all night for this song. I have 2.
Okay. Let's pass by the shoes 4 times with all my characters.
You almost passed by it.
Almost. I'm thinking a ribbon for my movie. Probably a ribbon for Setzer, because he doesn't need a hyper rest or anything.
You always put the muscle bracelet on him.
What's that do? On the HP one?
Yeah, up his HP a bit.
Yeah.
That's, no,
Master
Scroll.
Okay. Start with her.
Just leave it on her.
I want him to have his silver, please.
Is it better than Radiant Lance?
Well, the Radiant Lance is on the move.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because Mog can use lances, right? But I mean, you probably want something for magic on it.
You're right, I do.
Then again, she has magic on it, so yeah, I guess that's probably your best bet then. Holy Rod's probably your better option. Answer's probably good for Celis, because you're gonna want to spend magic with her. Whatever you can do to bump his magic. If you can do anything to bump it, yeah, the Mythril Rod.
Okay, now just to start throwing some extra things, a cube, a hyper res. We need something to help keep you alive. Well, you can have
So you can always muscle belt Shadow. By the way, this is a good fight to actually throw stuff in, because after this point, nothing matters.
Yeah.
That's actually part of how they do the speedrun. They just throw ultimate weapons and stuff at him.
You're actually really good on magic already.
Yeah, when in doubt, ribbon. Angel Reach probably not also a terrible thing for Go-Go since, you know, he likes to die. Gold hairpin, probably, yeah.
Does that do his
That counts as magic.
abilities?
His lore counts as magic.
Okay. As long as his lore counts as magic.
At least it did previously. I don't see why it wouldn't.
I think I'm set now.
Alright.
No, I'm not.
Espers.
Espers, I'm gonna
I
be
haven't
clicking.
mentioned this basically the whole game, but you might actually want to look at what some of the Espers actually do when you use them,
That's what I'm looking at now.
because they can be a huge help in this fight. And also, Shinsen Setsuken does not work. Like, I don't think you even get AP out of this. So, at this point, you want the Espers on for the abilities.
What's that?
It gives you,
Like one hit or something? Or?
yeah, it makes it so you can take a hit without taking damage. It gives you, what's the ability cover? I don't actually remember.
Oh, hey, this one gives Regan.
Yeah, it's gearing for you. Might want to put some on your main four first.
That's not gonna work.
Mind you, if you land a dance with Moth, you can't use it.
Right. Who's in that for? It's Sabin. Edgar's not more for him.
I don't know.
You are, though. How much magic does he use? Well, no, then I could cure myself. I'm just gonna have Kieran on him as a backup. Backup guy. After that, it doesn't really matter who's on him. Give him something good that will hit the boss. Well, you can come in and heal people. Heal or not. I'm not gonna protect. Dancing.
FYI, Vanish makes it so you cannot get hit by physical attacks, but you have a 100% chance to be hit by magical attacks.
Yeah, I don't. Okay.
Save. Before you forget after all.
I'm saying there isn't another. That's a save.
There's an
right
actual
there.
save right there at the door. Heal? Is everybody healed? You might want to heal. You might want to go through and make sure everyone is healed. You might want to just tent everybody. Because that way, with the tent, you're gonna have full MP back at everyone.
How many times? I have 4 times. I don't know.
And then make sure you save again after doing all the tents.
I think I just tented one of the other teams, didn't I?
I don't know, double check.
I think this team is fully healed.
Yeah, that one looks good.
This team is not.
Oh yeah, there's save points back over to the left. And back up. Because, I mean, it's not like you can use the tents after this, so.
You mean there's not a New Game Plus on the Super Nintendo game?
Not technically.
Alright, final save. Level 45. Let's do this.
It's doable. And then you just gotta spam through all the text again. Fortunately, the cutscene's only like 5 minutes long.
See, nowadays, before we walked forward here and stepped on the button, the game would have been like, you can't go back after stepping on this button. Are you sure you want to do that?
And it would have done that 4 times.
I mean, they essentially did this exact... Alright, so I didn't grow up playing this game. You know this. Is it just me, or is this the exact same, like, setup ending for Final Fantasy VII? Just them standing around the big boss in this floating reverse crater surrounding him as he throws them around.
You haven't played a lot of Final Fantasy games, have you?
It happens to be the same ending over and over and over.
Yeah, that's pretty much Final Fantasy's thing with its endings.
And that's how 8 ended. How did 9? Well, I guess you can count the Necron battle.
Yeah.
But it's not like we walked there. It just kind of appeared after.
That's not the point.
Everything exploded.
It's very much not the point. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, at the end of 1, you're in a void fighting chaos. At the end of 2, I want to say it was, you were in a void fighting X-Death. I don't remember. In 3, you were in a void fighting Cloud of Darkness. In 4, you were in space on the moon.
Well, see, 8, you weren't in a void in like a big crater area. You were in a castle in the future. That one's slightly different.
Yeah.
9, you were in a void in space.
Same general thing.
10, you were in a void inside Sin. 12, you have to remind me.
12, you were on the airship fighting. What's his name?
Very descriptive.
Yeah.
That was my team?
Order matters, by the way.
Does it?
Not for your first floor. How did 13 end? Because I don't think I've ever seen 13's ending.
Nobody cares.
14 had a lot of endings. At least one of them ended up with you fighting a boss in a void. How did 15 was the whole future thing, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, technically 15 ended with you fighting in a soul void.
Yeah, so there you go. 15 ended in a void. In now before 16 ends of a void. And I'm gonna just let everybody enjoy the song now. Good luck.
Good job, Mom. God damn, he hit so hard with those dice randomly. So this doesn't look like a clown at all.
Did you pay attention to the name of the enemy?
Statues of the gods, yeah. Way to fail, Spencer. But I guess you passed because you had all those hard damages in the past. Then again, he's getting hit pretty hard by Zion. He's just not moving at all. Oh, no. Yeah, it's gone. Yeah,
Remember,
protect
kids,
against that.
always protect your face.
Can't protect against dice again. That can. Ow! Phase 2. This came a lot earlier in the song than I'm used to. Wait, how's everything alive?
This is the next part of the statue.
I thought I died. I thought two of my characters died.
One person died.
Did he come back?
He's not in your party anymore.
Wait, who died? Hey, where the hell did he go? That's not cool. So if somebody dies, they just get knocked out of the party. Oh god, no, not in.
If somebody dies and is dead at the end of our section, it swaps into the next person. You have 12 characters to beat this. As long as they're alive before the section.
That's a log. Who promptly misses. Well, this can't be good.
I didn't realize you're back to your original team now. Tester came in, did a thing, and then hard bailed.
Like, I don't want to be in here. You think your original team never died. Oh, apparently Mog stopped dancing.
Was he petrified?
No, he died.
Oh, yeah, if he died and was brought back. Or no, I think when you change phases, he stops dancing. I think he might also currently be petrified. No, he blocked. No, he's just colored weird in the screen.
Yeah, he keeps missing dance though.
Mm.
I thought he falls over, not misses.
I don't know, maybe something messed up with him in his dance.
That's not a good thing.
Yeah, probably not.
Looks fine for me anyway.
Very solid heal.
10-hit combo.
No, I'll put them all on ceiling because he's not taking damage from them.
Well, they're all getting Regan, so.
Oh yeah, that's true. Not egg.
Oh,
Yeah, when
God, no.
when that particular one dies, it just punches 10 times. Oh, did someone get knocked right out of the confusion?
yeah, luckily. Yeah, the Moogle keeps missing the dance. It's weird.
Try a different one, or just spam magic. Like at this point, I would just spam magic. What do you got? You've got Agas, you've got Holy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, just hit whatever you can with what you're doing. I've been leveling your magic the entire time. Statue part number 3. This doesn't have any religious imagery in it at all. Much at all, but... Yeah, my 2 hard single target hitters at least. And the brothers. I don't have free raise on me.
Somebody probably has it.
Yeah.
Of course, it doesn't have the room on silenced.
Repose. Just outright kill Sabin. And I just lost Sabin in my battle. God damn it. Oh, fail the magic conch. Go, go. Hi, Kafka. Where did they come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Square here.
You might get a Kurog on everyone quickly.
Oh, I can't just Zuna on everybody? That's amazing.
No, Zuna's single target, that's why using Aga exists. Yeah, pay attention for those heartless angels because they will just end. By the way, if you lose this, you have to do the whole thing over again.
Can I dance this time? You're gonna fall over again. Nope, no dances.
No, just use them as a magic user.
Yeah.
Just Holy and Cure Agas. You had a very lucky time on that Howling Moon, by the way. Get ready to get Edgar out. You gotta wait till the attack's over.
Damn it. He's gonna mimic mobs.
I mean, that might not. No, he's not.
Oh my god. Just healing all the time.
I mean, that's some attacks in there. Get an X-Ether in on Mog. An X-Ether in on Mog. Because he's gonna be near out of MP. No, maybe not, but at this point I just be playing the spare. You got the XP and shit for the spare.
Yeah, I did it. Jeez, he actually gave me a little bit of a run there at the end.
You know what the fun part is?
What's that?
The speedrun does this with 4 characters and at half your level.
Well, that's a speedrun. These people play the
I
game
know,
a
but
million times.
I know, but it's ridiculous. Like, you need to actually see the speedrun on just this fight because it's absolutely ridiculous how they go about fighting it.
It's because of Go-Go I won that battle.
Was it?
No. Fuck no, it wasn't. Go-Go was a detriment.
I was wondering, I was paying attention to actually land at the last hit.
Oh no, it was Cyan. Thank you,
Yeah, it's
yeah, that's my first time beating the game.
They made Cyan so much better in this version of the game. Just not having to wait for his gauge to fill, because while waiting for his gauge to fill in the older versions, enemy ATB bars are still going, even on weak. So it's awful trying to get his ATB gauge.
No, the magic eyes are disappearing. What? I don't know. Is Terra gonna vanish? Did Kefka eat all the magic and then we kill Kefka?
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. hope you've got time for the ending. I know you were a bit
I
concerned
got
on
some
time for
time.
tonight, but are you sure you have time?
No.
This game has a long ending.
Wait and see. I see a book. There it goes. It's had a long playtime. I should be able to survive the ending.
Yeah, it took you like 26-ish hours to finish the game. Not bad for, you know, a Super Nintendo game. Like, in terms of games that came out in the Super Nintendo era, this is a fucking masterpiece. Even by today's standards, this game is still an amazing game.
Yep. Stand on the switch sign, goddammit. I do believe I'm getting better, though. How do you get better at stepping on a step switch? Balance?
It's cyan.
Gabini.
Gabbiani.
Huh?
Gabbiani.
Gabbiani. Gabbiani. Is that why my life has gone wrong this whole time? Everything I thought was right was wrong.
Yeah, maybe.
Such a solved it. This is gonna go through every character, huh?
Yes.
Edgaroni Figaro.
Fun fact. I don't know if it's still true in this version of the game or not. Me and Noble had a talk about this a while ago. But in older versions of the game, their middle names are switched. Just in the credits. They're not mentioned any other time in the game, I don't believe. But in the credits, their names are switched.
I'm a big fan of the brothers. Like,
Yeah, they're always in my end team.
I thought their story was kind of interesting. And fuck you too! He just flips you off at the end of the game. Mog as Mog. The Moogle. Mog is Mog.
Mog as Mog.
Chronicle of them escaping is just all little fun personality clips.
Mm-hmm. You'll never guess what tomorrow comes up as.
Yeti. Morrow. Oh, don't worry. He'll get it open. Come here, Setsu. He's going all like Solid Snake style from Metal Gear and punching through the damn wall. I mean, you have to admit, it's a pretty good idea.
You'll never guess what Go-Go comes up as.
Go-Go.
I really wish one of the three of them actually had a last name, so it's just like, you'll never guess, and then you'll guess, and it's... Nope, they actually have a last name. Surprise. Fuck you.
But what was I saying? I forgot. Mimic Celeste. But no, it's a pretty good. Bye, Go-Go. I guess fuck him. It's a pretty good idea that if you want to take down a tower,
Never guess what Gao comes up as.
Gow, gow, gow. You just go to the tower and release a Yeti.
Yeah.
You know, if you think about it, that takes care of most towers.
You're not wrong.
Oh god, I missed like 2 chests. 3 chests. Gow, get those chests. Shortcut, take shortcut. Climb out the side of the tower. Go! Fall to your death. Here, take this parachute. Here, you take this parakeet.
Also, I think it's funny her last name is Cher and they had her do an opera.
One too many E's.
It's not the point. It's still pronounced that way.
Shit. But she dropped her bandana. She needs that for infinite ammunition. I'm a thief. I'm good at snatching. Come on, you crazy bitch. We gotta get out of here. Did not see that we killed 3 giant magic statues and a guy who became God. We need to leave.
That's pretty accurate, actually. But you see, of all this, this is why Kefka is literally the best villain. He's the only one who ever actually fucking did something. Think about it. Literally no other Final Fantasy villain has done what he did.
If the human side of you feels strong enough, you may just pop up if the person playing the video game has 100% save file. Wrong Final Fantasy.
Arrow knee.
I was thinking, like, how to do that joke. Like, her parents were adventurers, but then they had an arrow knee. You know, but it just didn't work. Grandpa, come on, you're being too slow. Shadow. Shadow as it comes up with like some really long like 8.
It just comes up with like a 300 character name that just scrolls past the screen. It just comes up redacted.
John Sniffle Dinks Wigglesmith II. Ballroom.
Mm.
Is that a side story I missed?
Probably. I don't even know that one. Of course, Strago's last name is Magus.
Lures. Of course. And me. It was all a dream.
I mean, it does put you back at the last save point.
Alright. Follow her. We can't fly. Oh, you meant with the shit, gotcha. Is she pulling the ship?
No, it's just pixels. I feel like we could have just landed on top of the tower and saved us a lot of trouble.
No, no, Terra's falling from the sky. And she accidentally lands right on top of these 3 kids. Why did everybody pass out? Wake up! Nope, that's right. No, that's not there. Hey, she's human again.
That's it. That's the whole ending. I don't think there's anything after the credits. I think you can skip them too. I don't know. Actually, I think there might be some little things in the credits.
That's not skippable anyways, but I don't want to skip it. Well, that was Final Fantasy VI.
I was just gonna say, I think the credits are a good time to say goodbye.
Yeah.
So after 26 hours of playing this game, give or take, we'll just call it 26. How do you feel about it?
Well, I mean, I didn't play it for years because I didn't have RPGs growing up. I had Mario. So, I think I would have enjoyed it a lot as a kid. I think I missed out of something. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I might replay it one day. Yeah.
I mean, this is the game that got me into playing Final Fantasy. Because, like, I played one on, like, the NES a little bit. I played 4 on the Super Nintendo. But playing what was 3 on the Super Nintendo was what got me actually into it.
Well, my first one was 7.
Yeah.
And the first time I played it, I thought it was dumb. Because it was 4 Condor.
I still don't get it. Oh, yeah, because you
I just hit continue because I was a stupid kid.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm just continue. What's this stupid game about this scorpion crawling up the side of a mountain? It's dumb.
So, honest opinion, any critiques?
Dude, actually, I can't think of critiques. I think the game stands as a good story. Like it's good storytelling.
It is a hell of a story for having, again, been on the Super Nintendo.
The scariest part about it, though, is that Kefka doesn't really have any reason behind
Yeah, he's literally just a psychopath.
it. He just doesn't. I wouldn't call him a psychopath.
No, he's literally classified as a psychopath.
He'd be more of a sociopath.
Don't look at me.
He doesn't understand things.
Oh no, he understands things. He just doesn't care.
He doesn't seem to understand how caring works. He can't care. That's the problem.
He could. He just chooses not to. Problem.
I don't think he can. I think he's got too much clown makeup on.
Either way.
It's eating his brain. Too much lead paint.
So now we're gonna have to find something new to do on Thursdays.
I have an idea.
You would.
Things could get bloody now.
Let's go find somebody to raid. Sky's doing stuff tonight. Alright,
Pokemans.
Huh?
He's doing Pokemans.
Sky's always playing Pokemon. She does a lot of, like, difficulty challenge runs. And the kind of stuff where it's like, if any of your Pokemon faint, they're just permanently gone.
Oh, permadead.
Yeah, she does like Fire Emblem stuff. I cannot tell you how many times I have seen Sky just restart at the first gym because she gets destroyed. Because she also does it in randomizer. So, you know, shit happens.
I've only ever played blue and yellow, so.
I mean, I think that's what she does is, yeah, Fire Red and Leaf Green. So they're just the Game Boy Advance versions of those. Anyways.
Let's go find out.
Yeah, let's go say hi to Sky. I should hopefully be back Saturday afternoon, finishing off Metroid Prime Corruption with Chris, because we got like halfway through our race on that. So we'll see how that goes. And then
Thursday we'll be back.
Next Thursday we're gonna be back with something that he wants to do. And Tuesday I should hopefully be here with something for a viewer request. I think in the Discord currently it's looking like Mega Man ZX, which I've never played, but it sounds really interesting. So
Mega Man Battle Network 3 Blue.
Go to hell. Good night, everybody. Say hi to Sky. I will see you all on Saturday.